this will be part 3 to the 1C notes. I apologize for the confusion here. I don't know why my pen just stopped working here. Or try it again here. So, order of operating, we're going to do the parentheses first. So I got to do 1/3 plus 3/7. Now, 3 and 7, the common denominator is going to be 21. When I multiply, I'm going to times 3 times 3, so that's 9. This has got to be times 7 times 7. That's 7. So I got it at 7 plus 9 is 16 over 21. Now, we must be careful, because I'm looking at this, I want to subtract those things right there. But remember, it's really 3/4 minus 1/4 times 16 over 21. I have to do this multiplication before the subtraction. Now, these are both divisible by 4, which is helpful. 3 over 4 minus, now this is 1 over 1 times 4 over 21. So now this works out pretty nicely. 2 3/4 minus 4 21st. Now, we must be careful in here. It is so tempting to try to both divide those by 4. But remember, this is a subtraction sign. We cannot reduce over a subtraction sign. Here is a multiplication sign, and I can always reduce over that. But I cannot reduce over a subtraction sign. So I got to do this. 3/4 minus 4 21st. Now this is kind of unfriendly, but if you have a multiplication chart, we feel that 4 and 21, they have no common factors at all, so it's really 4 times 21. So my common denominator is 84. A little big, but it's not too bad. So I got to do this times 4, this times 21, times 21 times 4. That will give me 16, and 3 times 21 is 63. So I got to add that up. That is 79, no wait, 63. Oh, it's minus. I got to subtract. 63 minus 16. 63 minus 16, 5, 13 minus 6 is 7, 47. So it is 47 over 84. Pay attention to details. 47 over 84. All right, the next one. We have parentheses and we have exponents. Now, inside the parentheses, really nothing is done. But what the parentheses there is to make sure I square it inside there. Now remember, squaring, that means I just do 1/8 times 1/8. Now 1/8 times 1/8 is 1/64. 1/8 cubed is 1/8 times 1/8 times 1/8. Now I already know from here to here that's 64, so I really got to do 64 times 8. 8 times 4 is 2, carry the 3. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 3 is 512. So, we have 3 fractions here. 1/8 minus 1/64 plus 1 over 512. Now, I always say, if this was the original question, this would be mean and cruel. But you must see, we just did 64 times 8 is 512. So 512 must be the common denominator. Because I can do multiply top and bottom by 64 here, and I would get 64 over 512. Here I got to multiply top and bottom by 8, and I would get 8 over 512. Then, of course, this one's already in there, so 1 over 512. I don't expect you to memorize 64 times 8 is 512, but you just did it here, and you gotta see that. There will be a question like this in the homework and the quiz. It's always very similar. And if you multiply correct, this is always your common denominator. Now, I have to go, we have addition and subtraction, but they're the same level, so I have to go left to right. So I have to do 64 minus 8 first. So that's a 5, we got to borrow, so that's 14 minus 8 is 6, 56. 56 plus 1 is 57, so I get 57 over 512. And that's my answer. And this last one really isn't too bad. Finding the average of two fractions. Now, you always get a weird answer. But remember, when you're ever finding the average of anything, you just add up how many numbers there are and divide by how many there are. Now, there's only two numbers here, so I would add these up and divide by 2. If I had a list of 6 numbers, I would add up the 6 numbers, then divide by 6. Now, this one, I have to add them up first. So it's 1/9 plus 5/12. Now, I look at my chart here. What's the first common denominator? It'll be 36. So I'm going to do this one times 3 and times 3, and this one times 4 and times 4. So that's 436. 5 times 3 is 15. So I add it up. I get 19 over 36. Now we have to divide by 2, because there's 2 numbers here. Now I got to change this into a fraction, but since it is a fraction here, division, I have to flip. Unfortunately, when I flip, I can't reduce anything, so I gotta do 19 over 72. That does not reduce, and that is my answer. Alrighty, I had to split this up by 3 because I had that goofy pen issue, but I do appreciate it. It's 1C, that's the end of it, and good luck.